Hi, welcome to the Wednesday Project. My name is Rick, and I'm here with Kaylee Voss from NetPaths. And today's topic is about keyword research and how to build this list to target pages off of your website.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, talking about keyword research. So, keyword research is the foundation of your SEO campaign, and that's what you're going to base all your work off of going forward.
So in the very beginning, we could either talk about it being new sites or developing the SEO strategy behind an older site. But I think a lot of it has to do to start out with the list. You got to kind of have to brainstorm a little bit and come up with, what is your company about, keywords that you use within your company or keywords you use within your industry. And even keywords that you would use are looking at competitors that you would have and look at the keywords that they use.
Yeah, exactly. So the first step really is just to sit down and, just like we're doing right here, just talk about keywords. Talk about what people would likely use to search for your services. So if we use an example like dog grooming or types of dogs, we would just sit and think about what people would do if they needed to have their dog cleaned or their dog taken care of.
So from the point of view of the searcher, they're putting in this query. It's actually like a question, right? So that to develop those, you want to be able to think like the user, and what are they going to type in to the search engine, and what are the results that you would want to target for your result to rank, make your page rank. Right?
Exactly. So say you had Chihuahua dog grooming. Well, you might want to think about words that related to little tiaras for your dog, or little little outfits that your dog could have with when they go through that grooming. So yeah, you need to think about the way that what people are looking for and what their need is, and understand their mindset when they're looking for a particular thing.
So how big of a list do we get to, or what does this list consist of? I mean, what do we? So we got the brainstorming, and what would be next from that?
So say we get a dozen keywords off the brainstorming that we think are going to work and we think would have a likelihood of converting. Then we go into using actual online tools. Get into some real research and see what works. So the AdWords keyword tool is an essential tool. Microsoft Bing has a tool that lets you predict commercial intent. So it's a likelihood that person's going to be in a buying mindset, which is really important. And the third tool is, once you have a broader list of keywords, is actually running pay-per-click. Again, either through Bing or or Google, and just put in a bunch of keywords, throw them against the wall, and see what works.
See what comes out. So that kind of you go from discovery to even with the search engine tools, they're going to start giving you more words to work with too. The synonyms will start popping out. Also, it'll give you the volume of searches that come out, so you can have these keywords with huge amount of traffic going to them, searches per month, or and then you could actually identify ones that may not have hardly any searches coming to them. So I think that's part of the strategy, is within your list. So we've tested them, and then is that part of a refinement process to get to working this list, or are we going to work at what's the next part of building that list?
So going back to the Chihuahua dog grooming thing, say you've got Chihuahuas and small dogs, and Pomeranians and um, other related keywords to grooming those dogs. Then you're going to find in your research in the pay-per-click campaigns which ones got clicks and which of those clicks actually gave you conversions or any leads. So sometimes a lot of those keywords will pan out, and sometimes not very many of them will at all. But once you get them, then you've got the keyword list that has words that are going to make sense for your dog grooming business. You take that and map it to a single page. So in the beginning, you just want to take one keyword and map it to a single product or service page. So you can be as focused and specific as possible, and hopefully guarantee that the searcher and surfer is going to find what they want on that page and ultimately take action with you.
There's also a little bit of strategy on the number of words that are in a key phrase. So, they say if it's just one word, it's probably very broad, very general. It's harder to work into a site. I guess the thing is going into long tails, 2, 3, 4 word phrases are typically more focused and more would be more of a target. So I think like a lot of times when I make lists, I actually have which ones are 2 words, 3 words, 4 words as part of this list building process.
It's definitely a balancing act, because the shorter the keyword phrase, the more traffic it's going to get, but the more generic it is, so the less targeted it's going to be, and it's more likely your conversion rate's going to be lower. I mean, you get the multiple word keyword phrases, and you get the longer tail. The search volume is going to go way down, but the conversion should go way up. And that's one benefit that large websites have, is they can create super focused niche pages that target these long tail phrases and easily rank for them. And one, because their site's so authoritative, and 2, because there's just not that much competition.
Yeah, and I guess going to the list go back to the list, one of the other things that I like to do is look at, so now we've got this list refined, we're starting to pick keywords for specific pages. So if you took that keyword and then you go back to the beginning of the brainstorming session and say, okay, when I type this keyword in and the website pops up, somebody clicks on the site, what's the relevancy of that keyword in connection to the website that's coming up? Does it give them a good experience or not?
Yeah, that's right. And that's up to the designer, the developer, to provide that good experience. So if somebody's searching for, buy their pink doggy tutu, and your site's, you've got the page, your page shows up, you want to have a good photo of that little doggy tutu and a buy button right there, so there's no question about what they're going to get, and no question about them doing more searches, because you've answered their question.
So when you have this list now, we've gone through the basic phases of doing this. What's your take on having this list? Do we keep it and keep adding more things to it, or taking things out of it? What's kind of a good kind of rule of thumb?
Sure. Well, things change. There's new products introduced all the time. New situations come up. People's tastes change. So your keywords are going to change. And usually you're adding to your list. You're usually not taking things away. If you did take something away, it might be because the product was discontinued or no longer offered or no longer relevant. like, if you're selling typewriters, well, it's probably can take that off your page for
Antique
most
typewriters.
things. Well, there's another niche.
Yeah, find a page for it. You can build it.
Yeah, which has its own subset, but generally, yeah, you're gonna watch the news and see if there's new laws and regulations that affect your services or products.
Yeah, so basically, you can say that we add more keywords, but we could always find this content. I think it can go both ways, because you could actually start finding these really great keywords that you think are good and relevant, and then actually spin those off to be, more better pages for you, or it could even spin off to be a sub product or some other piece to your company. Building your company around keywords is kind of a little bit backwards, but it could be done that way.
Yeah, and sometimes just you might find that different words would convert better, so you'd want to really put more focus even on the homepage on different words.
Yeah, that goes into a whole another list of things like misspelled words, and I think I don't know,
that's
that's
a minefield.
Yeah, a word that can mean two things. That's another kind of little tricky thing.
That is one, yeah.
So, but the focus of this one was just to say, I want to build this list, and I want to maintain this list, and I want to, keep it with my site as I evolve, and monitor the volume, and monitor the relevancy, monitor all these parts of it, and make that list very a key component to a strategy behind building a website.
Yeah, and part of that list is just understanding the tastemakers and what people want and what they look for. And if you're around Christmas time, people will be looking for different things than if it's around summertime.
Yeah.
So the core strategy is not different. It's just the information that you put closer to the top.
Okay. I think we can wrap it up at this point for this episode. Again, this is Katie Voss at NetPass, and I'm Rick McCowell. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for having us.
Gotta get the little Christmas hats for the chihuahuas, and that'd be a whole new keyword target.